Clownvergence, Clownvergence. We're getting together to make the world better. Clownvergence, Clownvergence. We'll make you laugh and play. We'll take your blues away.
It's a real honour to be with you. I'm keen to share with you some insights from my experience within the context of investment advice and leadership development, really wanting to invite you to bring your clown wisdom into the business world. And to do that, I oftentimes start with a poem, which I will today, and it might be the sort of thing you could use in introducing this work to others. It's titled The Laughing Heart by Charles Bukowski. Your life is your life. Don't let it get clubbed into dank submission. Be on the watch. There are ways out. There is a light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Be on the watch. The gods will offer you chances. Know them. Take them. You can't beat death, but you can beat death in life sometimes. And the more often you learn to do it, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have it. You are marvelous. So for business folks, sharing that poem gives them a way into a deepening, and we can accompany that with some reflection questions. I include questions like, when have you felt your life clubbed into dank submission? For a lot of them it would be every day in the office, but what brings more light and delight into your work? And we really need that light because business and investing, as usual, are seriously broken. The environment, society, and the economy are calling out for wiser leaders. And as someone who works across both ethical investment in my business Money Matters and transformational leadership in my Catalyst leadership business with my wife, Professor Shelley Spiller, and I've been blessed to attend many clown camps and classes and coachings that have really helped me a great deal in transforming my personal and professional life, and now offering leadership development courses with a classically trained clown here in New Zealand who's trained in Europe. I can really see the value of clown energy in transforming business as usual. Business as usual is seriously broken. It's not in the delightful piñata-smashing kind of way. It's really quite absurd what we're seeing in the economy and the markets and the world at the moment. There's a lot of despair. It's quite a challenging time, but a time that I think wise clowns can really support the change that we need to see, to rethink wealth, to rethink leadership and what really matters. In my world, I've created a 4D framework to really shift the paradigm to take a longer term view. So focusing on legacy, not just quarterly results, taking a wider view, serving all the stakeholders, not just the shareholders, a deeper view, which is really rooted in self-awareness. So it's not just ego-driven superficiality, and a lighter view guided by joy, play, and humor, not just stress disguised as seriousness. Now, clowning activates and supports all those dimensions, but especially the deeper and the lighter. And if we think about progressive business, then the clown spirit isn't only welcome, it's essential. And the clown mindset in investment and business can be seen as being courageously human. Clowns showing up without masks, inviting others to do the same, modeling psychological safety, being creatively disruptive, asking unexpected questions, breaking stale patterns, and making room for fresh thinking. So in my ethical investing work, I ask questions like, what type of ancestor do you want to be with your money? Or in leadership, how do you create a culture where trust and creativity can thrive? And clown energy can unlock some of those answers. And in the context of a business presentation, I'm probably remiss not to hit you with a few PowerPoints. So I'll just do a quick share and in essence kind of invite you into a little bit of my world in terms of what we've been sharing down under in terms of the clown perspective. And really, I've teamed up with other people in this context. We've got here my friend Rawiri, who's a Maori man who's done a lot of clowning courses with me, and we're really out there encouraging this rebellion. And this is my wife Shelley, and we're doing our hippie news skit here, and really encouraging people to walk on the wild side. And today is actually the 12th of April in New Zealand. So I was just saying before today, and I've been up since the opening ceremony of Clownvergence, and April the 12th is World Walk on Your Wild Side Day. So this is literally from my blog on my site at Money Matters, and you can read about the poem and the different questions and some of those other things people are asking on the website. But here we are, so really encouraging people to pick up that challenge, and really today sort of encouraging you to think about, well, you know, what could you do to help business walk on its wild side? One of the examples that I worked with when I created my sort of PhD in the 1990s was Ben and Jerry's, and they were the poster child for socially responsible business back in the day. And they had a joy gang, which had rituals like Elvis days, where the CEO dressed up as a Las Vegas Elvis and a glittering jumpsuit and all, or they had jungle parties where all the employees dressed up in jungle outfits, and they had a slogan which is on their t-shirts and bumper stickers: if it's not fun, why do it? So that was a pretty big and radical challenge to business as usual. And they really understood something quite profound, that joy is a strategy and clown wisdom enables that. Their CEO sort of talked about conscious culture creation, quote unquote. If we're not consciously creating our culture, it devolves into cynicism, the prevailing mode of the national culture. So more recently, I looked at that shift from the old paradigm to the new and dealt with all of the financial and philosophical things. But the whole story of what does it look like to be one of these new paradigm businesses? What's the opportunity for us? And we created some awards which were to tell the stories of organizations that were really bringing humor and lightness to the fore. In New Zealand, we awarded Circability the prize because they've done phenomenal work with business people. They oftentimes talk about the firm of chartered accountants who thought they were going for a standard leadership development day, and you know, lots of say and spray and spreadsheets and a probably nice lunch, but that was about it. And then they got told in the morning that they were going to be creating a circus, and they were going to be clowns, and they were going to be doing all sorts of things. And at 4 o'clock, their colleagues and their families were going to be coming to watch the performance. So it can be quite terrifying for people in business to hear the C word and freak out. But that transformation from being terrified to really feeling empowered, I think reflects the power of clowning. And you know, great work they're doing right across the board in New Zealand, but really encouraging the corporate folks too. Then this was our international award winner out of the UK, Make My Money Matter. And they're a charity that produce brilliant, very high production value videos. And the one on the left is Olivia Colman, who stars as Oblivion Coal Mine. And she's speaking on behalf of the fossil fuel industries and offering a huge thank you to all the investors for their support. And they've got some other great almost clowny type skits on that website. So there's some great material out there, some fantastic opportunities, and I'm really keen to hear more of your ideas. When Dan and Barnaby first spoke to me about this, I sort of thought I just wanted to ask a question and hear all your ideas rather than share mine, but it sort of got shifted gear a little bit. So those are a few thoughts from me. I really think that incentive for businesses that they can be encouraged to really embrace their inner clown. Some ideas that have been put forward with things like add a clown compliment board. celebrating the joy bringers in the team, hosting mistake celebrations, honoring what was learned from a flop, practicing failure theatre, acting out real failures and laughing through recovery. So in essence, clown wisdom can help leaders shift from that command and control to connection and curiosity, and to not lead through fear, but through freedom, authenticity, and laughter. And I think with your guidance as coaches, as facilitators of events, leadership development, they can become catalyst leaders, practitioners of presence, really knowing what it's like to be fully here, not stuck in strategy, but alive in the moment, and enablers of creativity and courage. And by making failure funny and feedback safe, Clown unlocks growth. So there's plenty of wise words I could leave you with, but I think highlighting the clown potential is that humor is not the opposite of seriousness, it's the opposite of despair. Another one, that clowning isn't a distraction from leadership, it's the heart of it. So I'll close with a poem that a client actually brought to me today for an investment meeting. It's from David White, and it's titled The Bell and the Blackbird. The sound of a bell still reverberating, or a blackbird calling from a corner of a field, asking you to wake into this life, or inviting you deeper into the one that awaits. Either way takes courage. Either way wants you to be nothing but that self that is no self at all. Wants you to walk to the place where you find you already know how to give every last thing away. The approach that is also the meeting itself without any meeting at all. That radiance you have always carried with you as you walk both alone and completely accompanied in friendship by every corner of the world, crying hallelujah. So thank you. Keep carrying that radiance. And from our earlier poem, may the gods in the boardroom delight in you.
There ain't no place I'd rather be. You're lighter than the sun and the stars to me. Everybody's family at the Clownvergence.